This is Unit 1, Lesson 2, People and Resources. Please get your social studies book and follow along on page 20. What to know in this lesson is, how do the physical features and the natural resources of Ohio affect the way people live? Here are the vocabulary words for this lesson: natural resource, rural, urban, suburb, agriculture, farm, manufacturing. The person you're going to be reading about in this lesson is Christopher Gist, and the places you're going to be reading about in this lesson include Youngstown, Akron, Cleveland, Columbus, Dayton, Cincinnati, Toledo, Hamilton, Canton, and Portsmouth. You are there. Imagine entering Ohio for the first time. It is 1750. You are traveling in the Ohio country with Christopher Gist, an early explorer. Gist writes in his journal, "This Ohio country is fine, rich, level land, well timbered with large trees. It is well watered and full of beautiful natural meadows. A most delightful country. You think this is an excellent place to settle and farm." This is a picture of Columbus down at the bottom. The city of Columbus has more than 700,000 people. In Holmes County, about 41,000 people live on more than twice the land area of Columbus. Where Ohioans live, page 21. Today, more than 11 million people live in Ohio. People live in every region of the state. Natural resources, climate, and transportation affect where people live. A natural resource is something found in nature that people can use. Natural resources include things such as land, minerals, and water. Some resources, such as trees, are renewable. They can be made again by nature or people. Other resources, such as oil, are non-renewable. They cannot be made again. Types of communities. Most of Ohio's land area is rural or country. In rural areas, houses are far apart and towns are small. Rural areas are made up mostly of farms and forests. 1 out of every 4 Ohioans lives in a rural area. Most people in Ohio live in large cities or urban areas. About 3 out of every 4 Ohioans live in a city or a suburb. Suburbs are areas surrounding large cities. Some of the state's largest cities, such as Youngstown and Akron, are in the northeastern part of the state. Ohio's second largest city, Cleveland, is on the shore of Lake Erie. Ohio's largest city, Columbus, is in the center of the state. Dayton and Cincinnati are large cities in the Till Plains region. Another big city, Toledo, is in the Lake Plains region. In this lesson, you need to recognize that the 3 types of communities in Ohio are rural, urban, and suburb. Page 22, Ohio's resources. Natural resources affect what people do and where they live. In the past, people settled in Ohio for many reasons. One of these is that Ohio is rich in natural resources. As people settled in Ohio, they sometimes changed the land to meet their needs. To build settlements, they cleared forests. They also drained swamps, such as the Great Black Swamp. The activities of people can have positive and negative effects on natural resources. For example, farmers may add chemical fertilizers to the soil to help their crops grow. They use other chemicals to fight weeds or stop insects from attacking growing plants. However, these chemicals may also damage the soil and nearby water resources. Land and forests. Land is one of Ohio's main natural resources. More than 4/5 of Ohio is farmland and forest. The soils of the Till Plains and Lake Plains are rich. These regions are good for agriculture or the growing of crops and the raising of farm animals. Farms cover more than half of Ohio. Today, Ohio has about 78,000 farms. Soybeans and corn are Ohio's leading crops. Soybeans, corn, hay, and grain are grown in the Till Plains. Farmers raise grapes, peaches, and tomatoes in the Lake Plains. Page 23. Many farmers in Ohio raise cattle and hogs. In the west and northeast, dairy farms produce milk and eggs. Farmers also raise turkeys, chickens, and sheep in the state. In addition to farmland, forests are very important to the state. Forests cover much of southeastern Ohio. Wood from trees is used for building and for making paper and furniture. Minerals. In the early 1800s, coal was discovered in Ohio. Today, coal is one of Ohio's most important products. Most coal is found in the unglaciated Appalachian Plateau. Belmont County is Ohio's leading coal producer. It produces about 11 million tons of coal each year. Fuels such as coal are found throughout the state. A fuel is a natural resource that is burned to make heat or electricity. People and businesses buy fuel. Fuels found in Ohio include coal, oil, and natural gas deep inside the earth. Wells are dug to get the oil and gas. These wells are in central, eastern, and northwestern Ohio. Salt is another product that comes from the earth. Salt mines are found in central and northeastern Ohio. Other major mining products that come from Ohio include limestone, clay, sand, and gravel. Rocks and trees. About 23 million tons of gravel were dug in Ohio in 2004. The state's forests are beautiful and supply valuable hardwoods such as cherry and black walnut for making fine furniture. Page 24, Communities and Resources. Communities often grow near resources. Some Ohio communities, such as Hamilton, were started near good farmland. Iron attracted settlers to Akron, Canton, and Youngstown. Towns also grew near roads, railroads, and waterways. Manufacturing. Many products are manufactured in Ohio. Manufacturing is the making of goods from raw materials by hand or with machinery. For example, steel is used in some Ohio factories to make cars, tools, and airplane parts. Cleveland and Youngstown are centers for steel making and manufacturing. Other natural resources are also used in manufacturing. Limestone is used to make cement. Pottery is made from clay. Corn is used in cornmeal and corn oil. Transportation. Ohio plays a major role in moving people and resources throughout the country and the world. Lake Erie and the Ohio River were important water routes for settlers going west. Ports along Lake Erie, such as Toledo, and ports along the Ohio River, such as Portsmouth, became shipping centers. Today, boats carrying Ohio products cross Lake Erie and go through the St. Lawrence Seaway to the Atlantic Ocean. The Ohio River flows into the Mississippi River, which continues to the Gulf of Mexico. In the state's early years, the National Road carried settlers west. Part of that road is now U.S. Route 40. The Erie and Kalamazoo Railroad, built in 1836, was the first railroad in Ohio. By 1910, more than 9,500 miles of track were laid. Railroads were widely used to move people and goods until about 1950. This picture on page 24 shows workers putting together a car at a factory in western Ohio. Manufacturing is a major industry in Ohio. This picture shows the port of Toledo. Almost 4 million tons of iron ore and about 165 tons of goods are loaded and unloaded at the port of Toledo every year. Summary: Ohioans live on farms, in cities, and in suburbs. Communities grew near natural resources and transportation routes. Farming, mining, and manufacturing are important Ohio industries. Here's the review. Please go through the review and make sure you understand it. For the main idea and details, you have the main idea: Ohio is rich in natural resources, and this lesson provides several details which support this main idea.